Hello, I'm Liam Turner, the digital editor at CIH. As part of the 2026 vice presidential election, I've been speaking with the hopeful candidates to find out a bit more about them, their background, and why they want to become the next vice president and ultimately president of CIH. In this video, I sit down with Katrina Dearden, a social housing tenant and tenant advocate committed to ensuring social landlords keep the best interests of those they serve at heart. Katrina is passionate about speaking up for those without a voice, a passion that, as she talks about in our conversation, has been partly fueled by her own life experiences. Here's what Katrina had to say. Okay, if you could just start then, Katrina, by telling us a little bit about your kind of journey into housing and what kind
Okay.
of first inspired you to get involved in the sector.
Okay. So my journey into housing was actually my family and the background that I come from. I've got two boys with additional needs. Adam has cerebral palsy and is wheelchair bound, and Alex has his own additional needs within regards to that. And it started off originally that we were just renting houses and things weren't being done, repairs wasn't being done, things weren't being adapted. So I wanted to make a difference for everybody else, all the other tenants and stuff. So I decided to actually go on the panels and make my voice heard in recognising the boys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And what would you say has been kind of the proudest moment of your involvement in housing to date?
Okay, so there's been two proudest moments. So one of them would have been going to the actual conference in Liverpool, where I was meeting people from all different backgrounds with it
Mhm.
and listening to their stories and where they come from with different things. Obviously, meeting the vice president last year was
Mhm.
another one. And then obviously working with the our directors at Taurus to make the change, to make the difference, and to start bringing new ideas in.
Yeah, yeah, and obviously, I'm talking to you as part of kind of your bid to become the next vice president and eventually president of CIH. So, just wondered what does CIH mean to you?
So CIH means to me challenging behaviours, making things fairly for everyone,
Yeah,
helping and assisting people and employees with backgrounds and knowledges. Um, I also think challenging the different vulnerable sides in that may be an active part and playing a part in it.
yeah, yeah, and uh, I know you kind of you previously kind of made a bid for the vice presidency before, so
Yeah.
maybe it'll be second time lucky for you. But I just wondered why you've decided to stand for the vice presidency this time around.
Okay. So the last 12 months within my family,
Mm,
we've had some challenging times with different things. We've had adaptations in the house. Um, it still highlights that there's massive issues in housing
mm,
and things do need to change. There's still this barrier where if you're making referrals as a vulnerable family, that sometimes you could be deemed as being a pest. It's not
mm,
just one organisation; it's
mm.
quite a few different organisations that have this thing. And I think also for me, I would like to launch a campaign that's called A Forgotten Few. And in that campaign, it would be about people, the elderly, the homeless,
Mhm.
um, caregivers, care leavers, ex-prisoners, victims of domestic violence, the veterans that have all kind of been missed out
Yeah.
in this era, and the voice has actually been heard. But also, I want to make CIH more accessible for people to learn.
Okay.
I found from my son having cerebral palsy, he has the absolute knowledge, but there are so many barriers that would stop him from doing different courses. And it can actually be adaptable to his needs. So you can do it in a voice format, for example. So he actually gets the qualification.
Yeah. Yeah. And you've touched on a kind of a few different kind of
Mm.
I guess issues and areas there, but just wondered, what one issue in housing do you think isn't getting enough attention currently, or as much attention as it perhaps should be getting?
I think it is the vulnerable, if I'm honest with you. I think a lot of times we have housing associations that say, yeah, I'm going to do this. This is the format for it. Actually carrying through and progressing onwards with that looks very different. It's about cost effectiveness. It's about budgeting. It's about money as such.
Yeah,
So those things, those essential things that families need, like widening door frames or the adaptations being put in the actual home,
yeah,
in enabling the family to actually carry on their everyday life is essential for, and it's key for them to actually being comfortable as tenants.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, those are the kind of five questions I had for you. But I just wondered if you had any kind of final thoughts you wanted to leave people watching with.
I think that everybody needs to be treated fairly. I think everybody needs to have a voice. I think we can all say and do these things, but actually implementing it and actually reinforcing it is
Mhm.
a different key area in the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, no, fantastic. Yeah, well, thanks very much, Katrina, and best of luck with your campaign.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks very much.